Hey everyone, welcome to WP Academy. In this video, I am going to introduce you to another open source tool that I have built for WordPress developers and agencies. This tool has two modes. One is for WordPress development, for local development, for people who develop WordPress websites on their local machines. They can use this tool as a replacement or alternative to local by Flywheel or Laragon or similar heavy or bulky softwares to launch Docker based WordPress websites that are fast and easy to launch with template system built in that I'll show you later on. And it also has CLI for CLI lovers. If you want to use the CLI interface to manage your local development through WP launcher, and it also has a built-in email testing solution, Mailbit. And the second mode is for agencies or plugin or theme authors that want their users to test their products before purchasing or using them on their actual production sites. It is a great option that agencies or WordPress product authors can use to give the ability to their users to quickly spin up temporary WordPress websites loaded with their plugin or theme. It has built-in email verification and authentication system, so your system won't be abused. You can set per user site limits and rate limiting. You can set the timer for the expiry of the default sites. The expired sites automatically gets deleted, and you can it also has an option to lock some of the WordPress features like file editing, plugin installation, etc. So your systems cannot be abused by bad actors. And it uses wildcard SSL certificate, and we have integrated Traefik with it. And one-click login URLs are also enabled. After launching a site, user can simply one click into the WordPress dashboard. And it also comes with an admin panel for the admins to view some stats, usage stats, sites, users, and even create products. So let's get into it, and I'll explain. You can read more about this tool on this website. The link is available in the video description, or you can simply navigate to wplauncher.msrbuilds.com. So let me quickly show you how to set up both of these options, one on the VPS and one on the local development mode. These are not separate apps, it's a singular app with two modes that you can define in your env file to quickly convert this into a local mode or a live mode with demo websites. It has the installation commands right over here. Agency mode is just one single command that you need to run onto your VPS, and local mode also is just one command to run and to install, and two commands to just copy this GitHub repository. And the tool is available over here on this GitHub repository. All the information is also available here, and this dedicated website also has complete documentation for your assistance. So now let's get started with the agency mode, then I'll show you what is available in the local development and how to set up it. First, you need to, for agency mode, you need to create a VPS at any provider. I'm using DigitalOcean because I use this for demonstration purpose because they give me free credits, so I can quickly create the droplet and delete it afterwards. But you can use any VPS server from any provider, but keep in mind we have provided the minimum requirements. Let me show you over here. You need to make sure that uh, this is the recommended VPS setting if you want to run a comfortable or disruption free service. You need to have at least 4 GB of RAM. It can work on 2 GB, but recommended is that you must have 4 GB plus RAM on the VPS server, so it can easily concurrently run 20 to 30 installations. Otherwise it can go down with just 5 to 10 simultaneously running WordPress websites. So you can use any version of Ubuntu like 22.04 or 24.04. Okay, and you need to make sure that port 80 and 443 are open. And about the DigitalOcean, I'll tell you upfront, they have SMTP outgoing ports disabled by default, so you can't use an SMTP account directly with DigitalOcean. You need to ask them to unlock your SMTP ports, or you can, for that particular reason, I have integrated Brevo's API call system in our core product. So if you want to use a free service, it gives you 300 emails per day, and that's enough for most websites. Otherwise, if you are using another web hosting provider for the VPS, or even if you can simply ask the DigitalOcean support to unlock those ports for your droplet, providing your use case. Okay, so let's get started. I'll quickly create a droplet and show you how you can set up this tool on a VPS server for hosting demo websites for your WordPress products. Okay, I'll just use any location. When you are building for production, you will need to choose a location close to your audience. And for OS, I'll use Ubuntu 24.0.4, and I'm gonna use 4 GB RAM. Okay, and for authentication method, I use password because I'm gonna delete this machine right after this tutorial. So let's generate a quick random password. Okay, I'll copy this into a notepad. Okay, so now let's just say WP launcher, and let's create the droplet. Okay, our droplet is ready. Now let me connect to this droplet. Okay, it's SSH root at the rate our IP. Yes, and now let's paste the password. Okay, once you are logged into your VPS server, just copy this installation command or agency mode. I should probably add a copy button right over here. Just copy this command and paste it and hit enter. It will automatically do everything for you. You don't need to do anything, but it will ask for a couple of values during the installation for the initial setup, and I'll walk you through with them. Okay, you can type in another directory name if you want. If you want to keep it WP launcher, just hit enter. Okay, now it will ask you for the app mode. This is crucial, so you need to pick one carefully. If you are launching, if you want to launch demo websites for your products, then you need to choose the agency mode. If you want to install it as a local development tool, then you need to pick the option number 2. So the default is always 1 or the HNC mode. So I'll enter 1. Okay, so now you need to provide in with your domain name. You need to be careful with this one. If you have main website hosted on example.com and you want to launch this tool or platform for demo websites, you need if you are setting up a subdomain, you need to enter it over here. Then you will have to create a wildcard entry for that main domain or the subdomain, depending on the value you are going to enter over here. So so I am going to use a main domain with this particular tutorial because I have already registered dummy domain name for this one, wplauncher.xyz. So I'm gonna use this one. If you have a main domain like wplauncher.xyz and you want to use this tool, demo tool, on demo or launch or anything that you want as a subdomain like demo.wplauncher.xyz, then you'll need to add the wildcard entry appropriately to that subdomain. I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so let me just enter the domain name over here. Okay, now you need to enter the email address for Let's Script SSL because I haven't created any specific email account for this particular domain. I'm just using Bravo to send out the emails, the password reset and account creation emails. Okay, so just enter. And now this is crucial. If you are using Cloudflare and you want to use proxy mode, like you want to turn this cloud to orange, then you will need to use option 1 and you will need to add in your Cloudflare email account and an API from your account to this system to work. And if you want to handle the SSL certificates locally on your server by using Traefik and Let's Encrypt, then you can go with the option 2. But for that you will have to use the A records or Cloudflare's DNS only option. You can't use proxy with that. So that's the critical part over here that you need to understand. I'm gonna go with 2 because I don't want to provide in with the Cloudflare API or etc. That's a long process because it's just for a demonstration. You can we have already provided everything in the documentation on how to acquire the API key and etc. If you want to go fully with the Cloudflare proper integration, then you can use that information and generate your API keys to provide. But even if you are going to use the API key, the wildcard entry will not be supported with proxy. Cloudflare does not support that, not in the free account. You will need a higher tier SSL certificate to support the wildcard entries. So a wildcard will always remain the gray cloud or DNS only version, and if it is going to be a DNS version only, then I don't mind having the main domain as DNS version only. Okay, so now the second now the next part is the email setting. You see I have specifically added Bravo API and I might add some other options in the future to support the API connection instead of the SMTP connection settings. If even accept DigitalOcean, there are many hosts that blocks the email or SMTP ports, but usually Hostinger and other VPS providers like OVH, Adsenal, I use, they have those ports open, so you can use them. You can use them. So I'm gonna since DigitalOcean have disabled the SMTP ports by default, I'm gonna go with Bravo API. And if you are on local host, if it will automatically set the mail pit, you just you just need to connect it or select it basically. So, or even if you are setting up on VPS, it is recommended to simply use the SMTP settings provided by your mailing server. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the 2. Okay, now I'll need to enter the Brevo API key. To get the Brevo API key, you can just go to your account settings and go to SMTP and API, navigate to the API and MCP keys, and I created this one for the testing. I'll delete this one and I'll create a new one and I'll call this WPL generate copy. Okay, okay, now you need to pass in your from address, and for that I'll go to the senders tab, and I have this domain verified over here, so I can use the domain name. So you need to make sure that you have verified your domain to use a custom email addresses like this. So I'll use this one that I have created over here. Now you can enter the value for maximum sites per user, how many sites a user can launch simultaneously. Default is set to 3. You can even make it 1, 2, 3, 4, or anything, any number that you see fit. So 3 is a good number. You can limit it to 1. Want to secure more resources on your server, or even or like if you have only one product, so there is no need for a user to create 3 separate websites. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the default, and okay, now this is a global number, that how many active sites you want to allow on your server, because you don't wanna flood your server with hundreds of websites. You need to make sure that your server have enough resources to host such large number of websites. So the solution is you can simply limit the active number of websites to like 50, 20, 30, 10, depending on the hardware or resources available on your VPS server, so your system did not get abused by potential bad actors, and users will not exceed this global limit. It will stop creating new websites once this global limit is reached. So let's just say I want to have only 20 websites active at the moment, and then you will need to add in your API key that you will use to access the admin features. Okay, let me just copy this one and add it here, and let me save this one here as well. Okay, the installation process has begun and it will be completed in couple of seconds or minutes depending on the hardware of your VPS server. And meanwhile, I'll add in a records to connect this domain with this VPS server. First, we need an A record for the root domain. I'll use @ over here. And just like I said, if you want to use the SSS certificates to properly work, you need to turn this on, off. If you are not using that Cloudflare option I mentioned in during the setup. If you want to use this as proxy domain, or you want to protect this main domain from threats behind the Cloudflare wall, then you need to use the API key from the Cloudflare in the installation setup. You can do that later on as well by updating the env file in your WP launchers directory. So I'll just save this one, and now you need to create one wildcard entry, and before that you need to create a subdomain for API as well, because this the API system is linked with API subdomain with your domain main domain name that you have entered over here. So you also need an A record for the API. Okay, let's save this one. Okay, now last one is the wildcard entry. If you are using a subdomain as the main domain for the WP launcher, like you are using demo.wplauncher.xyz, then for wildcard entry you need to add in values like this, like static dot demo and then IP address of your server. Then it will become static.demo.wplauncher.xyz, while being demo.wplauncher.xyz your main access point for the WP launcher or the demo website. I hope I make myself clear and or you have understood this point. Otherwise, if you are using it with your main domain, you just need to add in this static over here and then the IP address of your server. This way it becomes static.wp because every new website will be launched on a subdomain, so it needs to have a wildcard entry over here. Okay, the installation process is still going on while we have already finished with this setup. And just one last step, you need to make sure that your SSL certificate, go to configuration, it is set to this full, not full strict. In some cases full strict will not work with let's encrypt set on the server while using the Traefik. So the full method will work fine fully. If you are going to use the Cloudflare API system, then the full strict option will work as well. For now, you need to make sure that this is set to full for your domains to fully work with your WP Launcher installation. Okay, so we are already finished with everything over here, but the installation is still going on. Let's wait for a bit. Okay, our system is ready and the WP launcher is successfully installed on your domain. I'll just click over here and it will take a couple of seconds for the SSL certificates to fully ready for your connected domains. Just refresh it after a few seconds and you will see everything is fine. Okay, this is how your agency mode looks. It comes with some default product templates that you can use to quickly test different setups like demo with MariaDB, demo with MySQL, demo that never expires. You can also do that with the help of env files or while creating product templates. And here is a SQLite integration, and it's highly recommended that you use SQLite database for your demo websites because it is much faster than others. It will get installed within 4 to 5 seconds. Now let's see how this system works. User will come to your website and just click on launch demo with your product integrated within. I'll show you how you can create your own product templates like this. Just click on launch demo. Since I had already logged into this domain, I need to first click log out. Then I'll need to create a new account. So we can also test how the new account works. Whenever a user lands onto your website, it will see something like this, and user will enter in the email address. Okay, so we need to add in the IP address into the authorized IP addresses at preview. This is a security measure. uh, just copy your server link if you are using Brevo API system. Just You can deactivate the blocking, but it is highly recommended that you authorize IP addresses because of protection of your account or the possible abuse of your API key. Even if the API key is leaked somewhere, the user cannot use it to send emails. The IP address must be validated before. Okay, so I'll copy this one and let me reload this, and I'll add in over here. Now we are testing this system from a user's perspective. I'll show you the admin side in a bit. Okay, once a user confirms the email address, let me see. Okay, the email is here. I'll click verify email, and after that the user will set his password. Okay, now the user can launch a demo website. Like I'm launching a demo website for SQLite. For the first time, it will take longer because it needs to pull the database or other images from the Docker. But once MySQL, MariaDB or anything is used, it will then use the uh, pre-downloaded image from the Docker. So the next step will be faster. So the default timer is set. You can see 59 minutes and user will have the options over here, and this password is displayed only once. It's randomly generated, and even after the user refreshes the page, it can no longer see the password. It will only be able to one-click login. It's a security measure that prevents the possible abuse. So okay, now you can see the WordPress website is ready over here. Okay, and now for the products, and now if you want to launch a MySQL website, you can test it over here, and you can see it will take some time for the first time, and I'll show you the second time it will be faster than the first time. All right, our website with MySQL database is also ready. Let's test this out. And great, it's working fine. Now you can use these demo uh, product templates to test everything out, or you can use these templates, product templates or config files to create more products of your own to list over here. But you can also create these product templates with your plugins right here using a form that we have provided for admin usage. Now let's see how you can quickly create your own product templates. These are for only demonstration purpose. You can delete them. To delete them, you need to log into your VPS server with an FTP account, and they will be available in the products folder. You see, these are the demo files. You just delete them and rebuild your containers or restart services. This is provided in the documentation. Now, how to access admin panel to create your own templates, or I might add the deletion of the templates when you are logged in as admin right from your dashboard. Okay, to access admin, just navigate to /admin, and now you need to enter in the API key that you had entered during the installation. That is over here. You can always change that in the env file. Let me just paste it over here, and here is the simplest admin dashboard that you need. You can see the users over here, and you can see the websites that are created throughout. The complete history is available over here, even if the website is expired or deleted and etc. You can also check out the logs over here, and then if you reload this page once, you will see a new button over here for new product. Now I'll quickly show you how you can create your own product templates that users can use to launch that specific website. Like if you want to launch a website for a plugin that you have built, I'll call it Elementor MCP that I have built that you can use. It's a pretty amazing plugin to connect your Elementor page builder powered website with any AI agent. You can navigate over here, or you can simply search for Elementor MCP in the GitHub repository. I have created this plugin for you that you can use to create landing pages for Elementor using your AI agent. So now I'll create a product to quickly launch demo of this Elementor MCP plugin. Why I have chosen this? Because it has to be installed in combination with other plugins, one from WordPress repository like Elementor and the other from local installation, two plugins from local installation or local zip file version like this WP launcher, and the official WordPress MCP adapter plugin. So this will cover everything. So product ID, you should name the product ID exactly as your WordPress plugins or themes slug is. So Elementor MCP is my plugin slug. What is plugin slug? It's basically the folder name of your plugin, and I'll call this Elementor MCP. You can use any display name that you like, and here you can select the database that you want to use with this particular demo launch. SQLite is, if you, it doesn't matter what type of database you are using it, your plugin usually works with all of these database, because WordPress out of the box supports everything in all of these databases. Unless your plugin specifically requires MySQL, then you can use the MySQL version. Otherwise, the SQLite version is the fastest version to launch demo websites, and it also uh, storage efficient. It takes only about 100 MB of storage for the complete WordPress and database setup, while MySQL alone takes around 300 MB of space on your disk. So I'll use this SQLite. You can use any, even MariaDB is faster than MySQL while testing, because these are just ultimately these are just demo websites that are going to expire after 1 hour or any time that you specify, and you just want the users to check your plugin on a ready website. So SQLite is also a very reasonable option over here. Now you need to navigate to the plugins tab to add in the plugins that you want to automatically install when a user launch this particular product. So there are three options. One from WordPress.org, you will just pass in the plugin slug over here. It will automatically detect and install that plugin. So for I need Elementor to be installed with this plugin as well. So I add in Elementor, then click on, you can add in as many plugins as you want that you want to install during the installation with three methods or sources, one from WordPress.org. You can also pass in a plugin zip URL. You can also upload a zip file right over here. So let me choose the zip file. One is Elementor MCP, and I'll add in another plugin that is also required for this Elementor plugin to work, which is the official MCP adapter plugin by WordPress. Okay, now you can also remove some default plugins like Hello and Akismet plugin. These you can pass in the slugs of the plugins, and it will remove those plugins from your WordPress dashboard or newly created website. Now you can add in a theme, specific theme that you want to use with this installation, and I'll just keep with the default one. I don't particularly need to install any custom theme. You can, if you are launching a demo website for a theme, then you can also use this option and upload your theme's zip file over here as well. Okay, so now let's navigate to the site defaults. You can set a default expiration time for this website. Like if you want to make this website available for 4 hours so the users can test, you can also make it a short span of 30 minutes to 1 hour, or even 30 days or 7 days, and etc. However you want. Okay, max concurrent sites. This is not the global site limit. This is the limit for each particular product, like how many current how many simultaneous websites can be created for this particular product. If you want to if you don't want to apply any limit to that, you can simply enter in a 0 and it will set this to unlimited. Okay, now you can set in a default admin username. You can set in a default admin email that is used during the installation process. Okay, now you can also add in a landing page URL specific to your plugin, like after uh, if you want to redirect the users to some dashboard after your website is activated, like your plugin dashboard, then you can add in the URL, and it should not be the full URL. It should be something like admin.php question mark and your plugin or slug or etc. That is usually you see after / WP admin. You can pass in it over here. Then after the website is created and user is logged into the WordPress dashboard for the first time, it will be taken, the user will be taken to that page. Okay, so after that you can set in some restrictions for this product, like if you want to, you surely want to restrict the users to further install. If you want to just give the ability or demo site creation to your students or your employees, and you want to give them full control, then you can uncheck these options. Otherwise, in these kind of demo websites, you don't want the users to edit or plugin files or themes or update the core or any. You may want to limit these options. If you want to limit these options, even if you want to protect your plugin from being downloaded, you need to make sure that these options are enabled, because if these are enabled, user can simply install a plugin like file manager and then download your plugin hosted from here in the demo website. So you may want to limit these options, and you can also optionally disable the export and import options, and you can also hide these menu options from the menu, like users, pages, tools, and etc. But these are just fine. User should not be able to edit plugin files, themes, or core, mess with the core. Now for the branding, these are the two options that are displayed on the products page or the main page of this WP launcher. You can set in an icon for this product. You can set in a card image over here, like if I want to use image icon of Elementor. Okay, I'll leave the card image as is, and now just click create product. Okay, your product is ready and available to use. Navigate to the products. It didn't pick up the logo. I'll check that one out, and I have not added any description, so it's like this. You can add in some description to match the cards height with each other. Okay, so the purpose is served. Just the logo image is not working. I will check this out, and by the time you are watching this video, I'll probably fix it in the repository. Okay, so now just test this one, and I'll click the launch demo, and you'll see that SQLite is pretty faster then the MySQL, you see, it's launched the website within a couple of seconds. And now see, it is picking up the timer that we have set, and you just need to click login, and it will install and activate all of the plugins. And the proof is that Elementor's dashboard is taking over, and that is shown to the new users when you activate this plugins, this Elementor plugin. I'll close this one and navigate to the plugins. See, it has installed and activated all of the plugins, and now user can simply test this plugin from here. Okay, it's a ready website with your plugin or your theme. And this is the option that I was talking about for the landing page. In the branding section, this value should be passed there. Options gender.php question mark page is equal to Elementor MCP. Once you pass in this value for in the template, it will then take the user to this dashboard page after the website is ready and user tries to log in, unless the Elementor dashboard tries to take over. So you get the idea. You can now create these product templates for your users to test out your plugins or themes. And if you want to host this launcher on another subdomain and etc., and you have a website on main domain and you want to use some kind of URL that launches the product directly, you can also do that. You just need to use this URL option, launch, and then your template ID, which was Elementor MCP. Okay, it will automatically start launching the website. And if user accesses this URL and is not logged in, it will first take the user to the regular sign up page, ask you to enter your email, then user will need to confirm their email, enter password, and then then the user will be automatically taken to the launch page of the product URL that he came in with. Okay, this launch URL is also available in the documentation that you can use. Okay, let's navigate to my sites, and I'll delete this one. And for admin, I'll log out. Okay, so this was the agency mode that you can use to launch hosted WordPress websites for your product. Now let me show you how you can set up it as a local development toolkit to work on WordPress projects locally. So the local installation methods is also available over here. You just need to run these couple of commands. Before running these commands, let me create a new directory. In my system, I'm using Windows. You can use this on Mac as well. Let me just create a new folder over here. Call this one WPL, and you need to open the terminal in this directory. Okay, now just copy this command first, or let me just delete this one. Because it will create a directory over here. Now let's copy this command, paste it over here. Now we need to cd into WP launch Sorry. Okay, now let's run this install script. Okay, before running these commands, you need to make sure that Docker desktop is running on your machine. If you are on Mac or on Windows, you need to make sure that Docker is installed and running before installing this locally. I'll run this command again. Let's wait for the Docker engine to properly start. Okay, Docker has been started. Now we need to run this install command again. Okay, now it will automatically create everything for you, and the WP launcher will be available on localhost. Now it doesn't matter where you have installed or copied this repository. We have given the built-in CLI that will be installed on your system globally. You can access it from anywhere. It starts with this command WPL start, stop, and these commands are available. And it also has an interactive dashboard, service monitor, and etc. Let me see if everything is complete. Okay, now your installation is ready at localhost, and the mail testing server is available at mailpit yeah, at this port. Okay, now and when you open the localhost, you will see a difference. It will show a local tag over here, and the products are no longer available. Now they are templates that you can save to quickly launch some website. Like if you want to quickly start a WooCommerce with Elementor project, you can create your template, and then when you use that template to launch your website, it will automatically create. It's a handy feature that that is missing from most of the tools I have been using, like Laragon. I'll have to manually recreate everything or install everything. These templates serves like a blueprint, and now you see two options over here: create a site and create a new template. And the local version is fully unlocked version. There are no site limits, there are no expiry thing and etc, but still these are JSON files that you can manually create, or you can use this interactive form. Okay, now let's test this starter. This simple starter templates comes with the installation. You can simply select it. You can see now the process will be a bit different because you will have now full power of the WordPress for local development, and you may need to customize everything. Like you can even choose the template over here. You can select the database for any template, different database for installation. You can even choose a PHP version, and you can also customize the most commonly used PHP configuration values. Like you want to set different memory limits, you can customize them even after the installation is complete. You can access it from the sites tab, and you can even enable or disable some extensions for local development purpose. Okay, let's go with the default, and you can set in your own password now because you are on localhost, and you can set in your default admin email for, or you can even set in a custom subdomain that will be used with the combination of localhost. If you leave it empty, it will automatically generate a domain for you. I'll call this test, and let's click create site. Okay, your local website is ready with your own subdomain. It also has one click option, one click login options. Okay, you can see over here, and from localhost you can even update your WordPress installations for particular websites and etc. Okay, and you will see the timer has converted to local tab mode. Okay, now you get the fully featured or fully powered WordPress installation, and you can see the upload file size limit etc are now available over here, applied over here. You can go to the sites and the layout will be different for localhost because you may want to create hundreds of websites for your on your local machine, that you can filter out over here, and you can see the login button is over here. Even WP-CLI command is available over here to copy, and then you can also configure the PHP settings from here. Like if you want to convert the post max size to 512 MB, you can save and apply, and you will not have to rebuild any containers or etc. It will automatically be applied from here, and it will be reloaded. So let me just reload this one, and you can see the file size is updated. You can even further increase this from the env files. You can define these variables in env file locally, and you can change them however you want. And I think I may add more sizes like 1024 MB, 2048 MB for local purposes or etc. But this is available in the documentation on how you can use these variables. It's available even on this GitHub repository. You can see all of these env values that you can set are available over here, that you can use to add in your own PHP values for these settings for each site. And you can even enable or disable these extensions as well. Okay, now you can create a new template over here for blueprints type. Like if you want to launch quickly a WooCommerce website, you quickly want to launch an Elementor website with combination of some other plugins, you can create your own templates that you can quick use to quickly launch those WordPress setups instantly. And now it's the same process for that we have followed products, but it's much simpler because it doesn't have to be have those some restriction options and etc. Now I'll call this one Elementor plus WooCommerce. Okay, I use MySQL. You can pass in your WordPress version, and okay, you can add in the plugins that you want to install. uh WordPress org, I need Elementor, and I need WooCommerce, and I also need Elementor Pro. Okay, and for theme, I'll use Hello Elementor. Let me check its slug. Okay, its slug is Hello Elementor. Okay, you can also turn this toggle off. Like if you only want to the plugin to be installed, not activated, you can turn off this toggle. But I want all of these to be installed or activated. Okay, now for the branding, you can set in a card icon, which wasn't working for products. Let me see if it's working for this one. Okay, let's create this template. Your template is ready. If you navigate to the dashboard, and I think it also has that icon missing problem that I will definitely fix for you. But for now, let's test this Elementor plus WooCommerce template that we have created. When you hit that button, it will ask for you to choose. It will automatically pick that template. You can simply use this create button as well, and you still need to add in some values. You may want to add some values, like you don't want to just quickly start launching it without asking for you to add in these values for subdomains and etc. So now you can add in or select some values over here, like I want to increase these values, and let's just say okay, let's start creating this website. And now let's see how it compiles everything for me and launch a fully featured e-commerce suite that I usually use when building an e-commerce website with Elementor. I need these plugins to be installed and ready. Okay, your site is ready. Let's test this one. Okay, I can see the Elementor onboarding wizard. Okay, let's see if everything is installed. Navigate to the themes. Hello Elementor is installed in Hello Elementor is installed and activated. If I go to plugins, it's installed Elementor and WooCommerce. Just the Elementor Pro plugin is not installed for some reason. Let me see if it actually uploaded the plugin over here. WP Launcher, Product Assets, Elementor Woo plugins. It actually moved the plugin over here, but did not installed. But I'll see. I'll troubleshoot this one for you. By the time you are watching this video, I will push the new code if there are any errors. Okay, I have quickly fixed the issue on the local with the help of Claude. The issue was that asset path was not being set with the local install script, but it was being set on the live server in the live install.sh script. So this was the only issue. And to be on the safe side, I even asked the Claude if this works on Mac as well, because when you run the install script, it will automatically pick up the current directory's path and apply add it in the env file, and the rest works under the hood. So now let's test a new site. I'll just hard reload it to just be on the safe side again. Let's create a site, and I'll leave that subdomain part as is to generate automatically. Let's try creating a new website, and hopefully this works now. Okay, our website is ready. Now let's test this one. Okay, it's definitely working now because I can see the Elementor Pro connect and activate. Okay, now we have all of our stack ready. Just Elementor Pro needs activation. We also have our Hello Elementor theme installed and activated, and everything is ready for us to start building an e-commerce website. So this is how powerful this small little tool is for local development. Now let's test the MailPit service, and for that I'll create a new website. Okay, let's leave it as is. Let me close this one. You can access the mail system from here as well. If you don't remember the port, it's also available in the navigation. Okay, so what we are gonna do now, we will test the outgoing emails for services. Like when you are building a website, you may want to test the flow of account creation, password, forgot password, order emails, and etc. Anything that is not possible on the local host without using an SMTP. But with this integration of MailPit, you can use this as a service for capturing the outgoing emails, and then all of the emails will be available over here for you to test the flows. And let's just get this website ready. Okay, our website is ready. Let me quickly log into this website. And since it has WooCommerce, we can test its account creation. Okay, so I'll go to settings, reading, just make sure, sorry, it's settings general, and make sure anyone can register is enabled. And let's go to pages, see if we have a my account page. And for WooCommerce settings, go to account and privacy and enable account creation on my account page. And this WooCommerce store is also set to coming soon. We need to make it live. Now let's test this one. In an incognito tab, I will navigate to the my account and let's add in our email. Okay, click register. Okay, they said we sent you an email. Here you go, you have email right over here. Just copy this link and see if it's working. Okay, it's working. Okay, and again the email for password change is also available here. Now the local email testing or mail server, you can say, is also working, that you can use to test out email functionalities during your local WordPress development without using any SMTP plugin at all. Now finally the CLI. Once you install this, it will also install CLI globally on your system to manage some settings from here or see what's going on. If you are a CLI lover, you can just type in WPL, and it's if you just type in WPL, it will open up this beautiful CLI dashboard where you can see the sites you are running, its usage. You can also see the services that are running, its usage. And then there are some shortcuts over here, like if you want to quickly launch a site, open a site, dashboard, mail bit, start, restart, stop, build images, refresh, quit, everything is available over here. Okay, so this is it for now, and I really hope that you will enjoy this little tool that I have built for you, and it can help you fast track your WordPress development or showcase your products to your audience that they can test before buying. And you can even use this open source product to build something customized to your requirements, like for an internal tool or hosting service maybe, and etc. I'll try to keep adding more features into this product. And since it's open source and available on GitHub, you can also contribute to this project by opening some pull requests. And by the time you are watching this video, you will see a little sponsor button here as well that you can press to contribute financially to back this project up, so we can keep adding more features or keep maintaining this software or tool for you. So if you have enjoyed watching this video and if this tool is helpful to you or you think it can help someone else, just like the video, share this with others so they can know about this tool. And if you have or you run into some issues, you can simply open an issue at the GitHub repository, or I might add a discussion board to this repository as well. So thank you for watching. See you in another video with another amazing product for you. Shazad out. Subscribe to the channel and follow the social media profile if you're watching this video on Facebook. And I'll see you in another one.